The Netflix CEO bends the knee to the mob because of course he does, because he's part of the Hollywood ecosystem. He's part of this culture. I should have made more videos on this topic, this Dave Chappelle Netflix topic. A lot of people have been talking about it. I did make one individual video, I believe, over on my D-Day Cobra channel. I probably should have made more videos over here, but I'm just so checked out of Hollywood. I just don't care. I don't like Hollywood. Hollywood hates me. I hate Hollywood. I put Netflix under the banner of Hollywood. These are bad people. They're garbage. They don't care about anything other than pushing identity politics, pushing their fake nonsense, making you believe, trying to make you believe that they're actually good people, when in reality they have so much to hide. But that is where we are. Now, we've seen the Netflix CEO, Ted Sarandos, defending the Netflix special and the Dave Chappelle special, which was great. And a lot of us were happy about that. There was something in the back of my mind that's just going, it's only a matter of time before this dude bends the knee. Hopefully he doesn't. But here we are, where, of course, he bends the knee, because in the oppression Olympics, black voices matter and black lives matter until you can find a more oppressed group of people, and then suddenly those black voices don't seem to matter anymore, and that's what we're seeing with the Dave Chappelle special and Netflix. Netflix CEO says he screwed up when defending Dave Chappelle special. I should have recognized the fact that a group of our employees was really hurting, Ted Sarandos says in an interview. Again, do you really think this guy cares about his employees? No. Netflix, co-chief executive Ted Sarandos said he screwed up in his efforts to communicate with employees who were upset over The Closer, a recent comedy special by Dave Chappelle, in which he made remarks that some viewed as offensive to the transgender community. Some people viewed as offensive. How many people are we talking about? Are we talking about 10 people? Are we talking about 20 people? 50, 100? Well, when millions and millions and millions of people are watching that special, why are we concerned with a few people being fake offended? In the emails to Netflix staff after the special debuted earlier this month, Mr. Sarandos defended The Closer, citing his popularity on the platform and the company's commitment to creative freedom. He also said the company believed content on screen doesn't directly translate to real-world harm. In The Closer, which was released earlier this month and currently is among the most watched programs on the service, Mr. Chappelle said gender is a fact, and he said he identifies as TERF. He also compared the transgender community to people who wear blackface. What I should have led with in those emails was humanity. Mr. Sarandos said in an interview Tuesday evening, I should have recognized the fact that a group of our employees was really hurting. Mr. Sarandos said his remarks on content not causing real-world harm were also an oversimplification and lacking in humanity. No one talks like this. No one talks like this. No one in the real world talks about speaking with humanity. No one talks like that. To be clear, storytelling has an impact in the real world, sometimes quite negative, he said. A Netflix transgender employee group is encouraging all employees to take Wednesday off as a form of protest against Netflix for its decision to continue to work with Mr. Chappelle and its reaction to their concerns. Mr. Sarandos, who is also Netflix chief content officer, said he isn't second-guessing the decision to carry The Closer, nor are there plans to remove it from the streaming giant's platform. We have articulated to our employees that there are going to be things you don't like, Mr. Sarandos said. There are going to be things that you might feel are harmful, but we are trying to entertain a world with varying taste and varying sensibilities and various beliefs, and I think this special was constant with that. Stand-up comedy is designed to stir emotions, Mr. Sarandos said, and while Netflix prides itself on having an inclusive staff and programming featuring a range of diverse voices, sometimes inclusion and artistic expression bump into each other. No, sometimes when you hire social justice advocates to pretend that they care about the job they're doing, then they're going to be fake offended over things like this. Real people don't care. Normal people don't care. They don't care about Dave Chappelle's opinion if they're not interested in it. They just move on with their life. Dave Chappelle's The Closer. And yeah, just a blah, blah, blah. So Dave Chappelle's The Closer is an absolutely brilliant job in storytelling. That's what it is. Dave Chappelle is next level in his storytelling. Like, the guy went in there, and yes, as I've said, I enjoyed Sticks and Stones more than I did The Closer from a comedic standpoint, But if you just look at what Dave Chappelle was trying to do with the closer, like, he's a freaking genius. And his storytelling process and the way that what he was trying to accomplish was simply amazing. And the fact that the group of people that he was, kind of mentioning walked right into his trap, it just proves his point. Like, Dave Chappelle is just smarter than you. Dave Chappelle knows what he's doing. He absolutely showed up and he pulled off a just unbelievable job in the closer. I mean, it held up to its name. And if you're watching it from that standpoint, and if you're understanding, what his focus was, you have to appreciate it. You just do. I mean, Dave Chappelle said plenty of things that I don't agree with. And guess what? That's called a normal human being. Because as I've said many times, it's okay to have disagreements. Because literally everyone disagrees on something. No two people in this world agree on literally everything. Nobody. So this ridiculous idea that we have to qualify going, I don't like everything this person says, we have to get away from that. I need to get away from that. I'm so tired of the qualifications, but we continue to have to make them because of these social justice advocates, and then the media runs with it. So I have to sit there and go, I don't agree with everything Dave Chappelle says. Nobody agrees with anything anyone says. Nobody. That doesn't exist in this world. It's so stupid that we have to qualify with that. It's so dumb. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of these activists pretending to care. They don't care about anything that they claim they do. They are there to disrupt. They are there to be victims. They are there to try and push social justice politics. They don't care about the art of storytelling. They don't care about black voices. I have nothing against no group of people in general. But there are groups of people out there like the Raylos, because Raylos are weird, that really show you who they are. There are really awesome trans people out there. I know a lot of them. That's great. I have nothing against anyone that needs to identify or feel they need to identify as something. I have nothing against anyone who sleeps with whoever they want to sleep. Sleep with whoever you want to sleep with. Vote for who you want to vote for. Be who you want to be. But when you start pushing your activism into entertainment and trying to cancel people over opinions because Mel Gibson said something 20 years ago that you don't like, that's what I have a problem with. And a lot of these social justice activists are ruining it for the decent people out there. That's the problem. And Dave Chappelle made that point. And it really upset them because he's right. And the Netflix CEO bends the knee as we knew he would, because we knew that the mob would come for him. And now he's put himself in a position to where now they see that weakness they're looking for. Now they're going to continue to go after you even more because you've bent the knee to them and you've shown that weakness, and now they know they can get to you. Imagine the guy running Netflix. The guy running Netflix can be affected by Twitter weirdos. And now they've accomplished that, and now they're going to continue. They'll never stop. It's an endless rabbit hole of victimization. Once you go down the social justice rabbit hole, you're never getting out of it. You'll never please this crowd. You'll never make them happy because they are looking to be offended, fake offended over anything and everything. Dave Chappelle did nothing wrong. You guys have a great day. Thank you very much for checking out this video. Solo lost money. Raylos are weird. Let's go, Brandon. And we will talk to you later.